does depend on the family, sir, always. And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We are into championship day, and we are down to the final 2 games here in this 37th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament. And the final 2 games, the 3rd place game and the championship game. And right now we are about to bring you the 3rd place game between the host Collinsville K-Hawks and the Quincy Blue Devils. I am Todd Duke, glad that you're with us here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Dr. Chris McCluskey joining us on the other microphone, and we're not in the championship game, sir, but this is going to be a fun one, man. These 2 schools are fun to watch.
Yeah, as always, thanks for having me back. We have a ball doing these games, and Quincy comes in with a great basketball tradition. Collinsville, obviously a great basketball tradition. 2 teams are going to match up well. Should be an exciting matchup here for the 3rd place game of the Prairie Farms Holiday Tournament at Virgil Fletcher Gym.
There is a fresh 8 minutes put on the clock. We are, well, I'm trying to figure out our, okay, now I get it. Trying to get the starting lineups here for these 2 teams before we get going. And we just had the 9th place game end with Rockford East taking home the consolation championship, and we're about ready to hand out 2 more trophies at the end of this one. The winner will get 3rd place trophy, and the loser will get the 4th place trophy, and then we'll go right into our coverage of, I don't know if that's Mulherron or Clay. I guess we'll figure it out here in a moment. Into the championship game. So, we're just about ready to go. And we hope you're about ready to go. Scoring offense, Collinsville, after their 3 games, came into this 3rd place game with the overall best offense, averaging 63.7 per game. Quincy on that list is number 6. They came in averaging 53 points a game. On the defensive side of things, Collinsville in that number 6 spot, right ahead of Quincy at number 7. Collinsville allowing 45 points a game, Quincy allowing 47.3 points per game. So you do the math yourself, and this game should be a nice defensive battle. Collinsville might have the slight edge in offense, but they've got to hit their shots. They've got to hit those layups, man. Layups have been killing them lately, and take the 3-pointers when they're available, not just because you're there and you have to.
Yeah, no, you're right. Layups have been the crux of this Collinsville varsity basketball squad, not only in this tournament, but really all year. You know, they do a great job of penetrating, getting to the rack. They've just got to have a higher shot percentage from the floor on those, what I call gimmies, right?
Yeah. Collinsville is shooting 49% from the floor. So that's a little bit better than Quincy. They're shooting 42% from the floor. So despite the bad layups, Collinsville still has a little bit of a better offensive edge in this game than Quincy does.
Man, imagine if we make, those layups, we're probably shooting 60% from the floor. And if a team shoots 60% from the floor, they're hard to beat.
Yeah, they sure are. Collinsville, they're having a little bit of a rough time from the free throw line, man. You should be somewhere around 70%. Collinsville's at 54%, 19 of 35 from the free throw line. On the other side, Quincy, that's more like it, 34 for 46 at 73%. So, again, besides the layups, Collinsville's got to hit their free throws when they're given to them.
You know, we have a saying in basketball, it's free throws and layups, win and lose ball games. And
we just talked about 2 categories there that Collinsville's suffering in right now.
Well, and that bodes their record. This is a great basketball team. I mean, this class won state in 8th grade. They're very talented, and if they clean up the free throws and layups, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with down the road as we, go into conference play and then the regional. They could really make a run, in the state tournament this year.
They could. We talked about the 3-point deficit as well in this tournament, 8 for 34, 23%.
Yeah, not a great stat line from the 3-point line. So, Collinsville, they shoot the ball better. They have good energy. They play good defense. We've just got to shoot the ball better, and I like our chances here in this 3rd place game.
Here are your starting lineups. We'll begin with the Quincy Blue Devils. Teron Cartmill will hit the floor, 5'9", and a senior, Reed O'Brien, 5'11", a junior, Bradley Longcore, a 6'1" freshman, Jeremiah Talton, a 6'6" senior, and Sam Mulherron. He'll be wearing 31. Dominic Clay, I guess, will be back to his number 30. And Mulherron, a 6'4" senior. Collinsville will trot out Nick Horace. He will get the start. 6'2" sophomore. Deontay Franklin will get the start instead of Travion Swaggart. Franklin, a 6' senior. Devin Davis back out there for another start, a 6'2" senior. Jake Wilkinson, the 6'4" junior, and Matt Clark, the 6'3" senior. Both teams are out at center court. Jeremiah Talton is in the circle along with Matt Clark, and a referee approaches them with the ball, and we're just about ready to get this thing started. We are underway. Quincy, they will win the opening tip-off. They are in the white uniforms. They're considered the home team in this game. Trimmed in blue, numbers are in blue, and they have the word Devils written across the tops of their jerseys over their numbers. Collinsville in the purple jerseys, trimmed in white, numbers in white on the front and the back, and the word Collinsville written across the fronts of their jerseys over their numbers. 20 seconds into this game, Quincy has the ball, and they drive and kick it back out into the corner for Loncourt. Loncourt can hit three-point shots from anywhere, we have found out in this tournament. Now O'Brien with a drive, and his shot goes way over the basket, and there is Matt Clark to pull down the loose ball. Not considered a rebound because it didn't touch anything down there.
Yeah, Matt Clark's done a great job this tournament of owning the paint, grabbing a lot of boards for this K-Hawk squad.
Collinsville on offense for the first time. Here is Wilkinson. He gives to Devin Davis. Kicked out over onto the corner for Franklin for three, and that one tips across the rim. So there's our first missed three-point shot of this game. And the rebound belongs to the Quincy Blue Devils. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt into the corner on the near side. Kicks it out onto the wing for Cartmill. Cartmill then gives it up to O'Brien. And O'Brien stands deep out on the left wing with 6:40 left to play, or 6:45 left to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, Quincy makes a habit of sort of slow playing, a lot of low-scoring basketball games. They really like to set their half-court offense up. They want to keep Collinsville from running.
No score as of yet. Each team has had an opportunity to score points. Quincy twice. This is Collinsville's second time down the floor. 0-0 contest. Here is Nick Horace at the free throw line for Davis, and Davis is fouled on his way up to the basket. Is it going to belong to Mulherron, or is it going to belong to Talton?
I don't know. Devin Davis found a nice little seam in the paint. Number 3, Nicky Horace finds Davis. Davis goes to the rack, gets fouled. He's going to have a chance for 2 from the charity stripe.
They called that one against Mulherron, so the first foul of this game belongs to Quincy. And Devin Davis at the free throw line shooting 2. Misses the first one, so 0 for 1 from the three-point line, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. And Davis in this tournament is 50%, 4 of 8.
Yeah, you know, we talked last night when Mr. Burton was at the line. He stopped. He took a couple deep breaths. He took his time, and our guys seemed to rush. And now Devin's taking his time. And look what,
well, almost.
He still misses. It was a good shot, but it just rimmed out.
So we're still waiting for the first score. And the Blue Devils bring the ball up. Here is O'Brien. He gets it back to Cartmill. Cartmill dribbles and drives into the paint. And a dipsy doodle shot won't go. And there is Jake Wilkinson. Wilkinson's had an awesome tournament for Collinsville. And they bring the ball up and get it into Nicky Horace. Over to Davis. Davis off of the head of Mulherron. And then Davis shoots too hard once again. And the layup's not falling either. So we're 0 for everything right now for the K-Hawks.
More missed free throws, more missed layups. Collinsville's going to have to clean that up if they want to get a third-place trophy here tonight.
Here is Loncourt. He'll kick it out to Cartmill. Over onto the other wing on the near side for O'Brien. O'Brien dribbles and drives, and top of the key into the paint for Mulherron, and we're going to have a foul. This one's going to go against Jake Wilkinson.
Yeah, really same thing Collinsville did on our end. Quincy did. They found a seam in the paint, had a mismatch, and Jake Wilkinson guilty of the foul. Quincy Blue Devils will have the ball out on their own baseline.
Who is the leading scorer for Collinsville, you might ask? You want to take a guess?
Devin Davis.
Nope. Jake Wilkinson.
Jake Wilkinson. This tournament or this year?
This tournament.
This tournament,
yeah.
Jake Wilkinson. I would have guessed that.
This tournament, Jake Wilkinson. That's why when we filled out our all-tournament team, the only Collinsville K-Hawk on there we included was Jake Wilkinson.
Matt Clark takes a baseline jumper, too long. Here comes Quincy the other way.
Quincy with the three-pointer. They have the lead. Here is Talton. He drives the baseline, and he steps out of bounds. You got to take Talton away from the play. That's the key to keeping Quincy off the boards.
Yeah, he's a long, athletic basketball player, and he's going to really try to expose Collinsville on the baseline and get some high-percentage layups.
Loncourt leads Quincy in points in this tournament, 47, but right behind him is Jeremiah Talton. Loncourt, he'll get most of his points from the three-point line. He is 6 of 15 from the three-point stripe, and that is 40%, right pretty much where you want to be as far as three-point shots are concerned.
Got that right. For Collinsville, senior Dayton Horace enters the game.
Oh, there, David Davis almost fell backwards onto Loncourt. And now Dayton Horace into Franklin, and Franklin travels. Collinsville can't get out of their own way right now.
Lots of turnovers, lots of missed shots. They found themselves down 3-0 against Quincy.
They're lucky they're only down 3-0.
I think yesterday the score at the end of the half was, I think there was only about 8 points in that Quincy game.
Yeah. Collinsville ended up losing that O'Fallon game by 1. And if they would have just hit a couple of layups or 1 3-point shot out of all the misses they had, they would have won that game.
Man, as bad as we played in the second half, it seemed like we should have lost by 15.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
Here is O'Brien. O'Brien dribbles his way out and onto the right wing and onto the left side now for Cartmill. Cartmill down to the top of the key for O'Brien. He's into the perimeter, into the paint, kicks it out for Loncourt for 3. And that one's a little bit too stiff. Hits the inside of the rim, comes down, and Nicky Tony with it.
Nicky Tony, Dominic
Tony.
Anthony.
Here is Franklin. Franklin's on the left wing, bounces it into the corner for Clark. Clark out front now for Horace. And Horace over to his brother Dayton. Nick is the younger one. Dayton is the older one. Dayton is the senior. And Nicky is the sophomore.
Yeah.
And they get it to Davis. And back over to Horace it goes. Franklin at the top of the key to Davis. And a dribble drive, and he picks it up and dumps it off to Matt Clark. 3-point shot from Devin Davis. That hits. And we're tied at 3.
Quincy Blue Devils running that 3-2 zone. They're going to force Collinsville to beat them from the perimeter. And if Devin Davis and Franklin and Nicky Horace can shoot the 3 ball, we can do just that.
Here is Talton, and he dumps it off underneath to Mulhare, and he couldn't get the shot all the way up. And he picks up the loose ball and puts it back up and in. 5-3. Quincy with the 2-point lead.
Man, nice block shot by senior Matt Clark, but then Quincy gets their own offensive rebound and puts another shot in, good for 2.
There is Horace to Horace at the free throw line. Nicky takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Talton. He gives it up to Loncourt. Loncourt skirts up the far sideline and comes into the perimeter baseline, and he steps out of bounds. Second time that Quincy has stepped out of bounds out underneath their own basket.
Quincy's really making a habit of trying to drive the baseline here tonight. Collinsville's defenders are doing a good job of sealing that off, and it's really forcing Quincy, they have nowhere to go, so they end up going out of bounds.
Ralph Wires comes into the game for Quincy. He'll take the place of Teron Cartmill, and Collinsville will bring the ball up court. Here is Dayton Horace. Dayton gets double trapped over there on the sideline, bounces it across the way, and Collinsville gets it. It's Jake Wilkinson, kicks it out to Horace, who kicks it out to Devin Davis. Davis dribbles and drives and tries to get it over to Franklin as he was falling down, but that's picked off, and here comes Loncourt, and Loncourt is going to be fouled by Wilkinson.
Yeah, Collinsville looks very flat on the offensive side of the court tonight. Not a lot of high percentage shots, lots of turnovers, missed layups. So we're going to.
Everything we talked about they didn't need to do in the pregame show, they're doing.
We should have talked about something else.
Yeah.
Well, it's early in the game. Collinsville has shown a tendency to sort of take time getting into their rhythm and their groove. So hopefully we'll see that here tonight.
Mulharen, he checks out of the game. And here is a dribble to Loncourt and an underhanded toss up to the net. That wouldn't fall in.
Here we go.
And here comes Franklin, and there's a layup for you.
That's what Collinsville needs. We need to run the floor. Great job, Deontay Franklin. Good for 2.
Keyshawn Thomas, by the way, was the one who
that's a carry.
Came in. And there is Wires with a shot off the glass. Won't fall, and going for the rebound, Clark and everybody else. And now the ball ends up into the hands of Quincy, and they travel with it.
Oh, thank goodness, because Deontay came like a freight train.
Yeah.
He couldn't shut it down.
I know.
And he ran right into the Blue Devil, but he had traveled ahead of time. So here comes Collinsville the other way with a chance for the lead.
Yeah, we're tied at 5. 2:10 left to play here in a very fast-moving first quarter. Franklin gets the ball from Davis. Davis, that was a nice little pass in between 2 players there to get it to Davis, and Davis takes a shot from beyond the the free throw line and couldn't get it to fall. Here comes Loncourt for Quincy. Loncourt to the top of the key with a pass over to Wires. Now into the corner for O'Brien. O'Brien can hit 3-pointers as well. He'll go into the paint. Man, Wilkinson's going to be in a little foul trouble here if he doesn't stop.
Yeah, not what Collinsville needs. Jake's, as you said, leading scorer of the tournament for us. And is that 2 on him already?
Oh, no, they're going to give it to Franklin.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
You're not kidding there. Yeah, because Wilkinson already has 2 fouls. That would have been his 3rd. Free throw, O'Brien. And O'Brien in this tournament from the free throw line Well, actually, this is his first trip to the free throw line in the 3 games that Quincy's been in.
Yeah, and here deep is number 42, Keyshawn Thomas, a big 6'5", house of a man, checked in for Quincy.
Wires gets the loose rebound, and Loncourt puts it up, can't get it to go in. Now we're going to have an over-the-bat call against Talton, even though we know that's not a real call. There is no such thing as over the back, but when you go over the top of somebody, they call a foul.
There you go. Matt Clark did a great job of putting himself in good position to get that rebound, and credit him with earning that foul, which will result in a Collinsville possession.
Quincy up by 1. Collinsville with a chance to take the first lead, their first lead of this game. And here comes Deontay Franklin. They left him a lane open in the paint. Count the bucket and the bruise.
Man, great move. Deontay Franklin's come to play here tonight. You know, he got the start, which is unusual, and he wants to prove to Coach Darren Lee that he deserves a spot on that starting 5.
He's at the free throw line, and for young Mr. Deontay Franklin, he is 1 of 2 in this tournament, and now he is 2 of 3. Collinsville has the lead.
Deontay typically shoots the ball very well. That's really his strength for this K-Hawk offense.
Yeah, he can hit from anywhere. Free throw line, 3-point line, it doesn't matter. And a whistle at the other end. And O'Brien throws up his arms like, what did I do? So obviously he's the one who's going to get called for the foul. And that's going to be the 3rd foul for Quincy. And the first one on O'Brien. 4th foul for Quincy, excuse me.
I think it's a little pushing and shoving down low between Mr. O'Brien and Jake Wilkinson. And O'Brien ends up guilty of an offensive foul off the ball.
Dominique Clay comes in for Jeremiah Talton. So you take a little bit of height away from this Quincy team with that move, and we'll see if Collinsville can exploit it. They get the ball into Franklin's hands on the near sideline. We're down to 1:10 left to play here in this first quarter. Collinsville has a 2-point lead. Rough start for the K-Hawks, but they've managed to battle back.
Foul.
That one was offline, yeah, because his arm was hit.
Yeah.
And here comes Loncourt. Loncourt over onto the wing, inside the perimeter, on the near side. Gives it up for O'Brien. O'Brien now on the right wing. And we are outside the lane. That should be a foul, and that's not called either.
I think he lowered his shoulder, but Matt Clark, again, sometimes guilty of a little bit too much drama.
Well, then call that too. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
There should have been a call at some point, I think.
But I think that's
you could have called the flop or you could have called the charge.
I think that's why there was a no call. I think both guys were guilty.
Oh, there's a ball on the ground. It's stepped on, and a jump ball is going to be called without anybody grabbing onto it.
I don't know.
I don't either. 8-8 is the score. That's what we do know.
But we'll
30.6 seconds left.
We get the ball back.
We do.
We look for the old fist play out of Collinsville. We're probably going to set up Franklin or Wilkinson for a 3-point shot.
Davis with the ball. He waves off Franklin and then gives him the ball. And over onto the other side for Dayton Horace, down to 15 seconds. Horace dribbles out near midcourt, gives it up to Devin Davis with 10 seconds left. Davis dribbles and tried to.
That was it.
Thought about it.
That was it.
Thought about kicking it over there to Franklin. He's got a wide open 3, and it tips across the rim. 1 second left, and Wires at the wire. Throws the ball down there, and no good, and it is 8-8 after 1 quarter of play. We will take a break, come back. Second quarter action comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you. 8-8 our score after 1 quarter in the books. And we will begin quarter number 2 here in just a moment. Yeah, so all in all, not bad. Collinsville had a rough start, but they smoothed things out and we're tied.
Yeah, absolutely. A little slow start, really, for both squads. I think Collinsville shows a little more athleticism. If we can just run the basketball floor and speed up the pace of this game, that's going to bode well for the K-Hawk basketball squad.
Here is Wires as we begin quarter number 2. He gets it inside to Thomas. Back outside it goes for Clay. Clay over to O'Brien. O'Brien dribbles and drives into the paint, and he stops it to the free throw line and gives it back to Thomas. He'll kick it outside for Clay. Clay thought about it, brought it back down, gives to Loncourt. Loncourt, Dayton Horace shadowing him the whole way, not giving an inch.
Horace quick as a cat on defense, buddy. You're not going to shake and bake him.
Here is Thomas again. Thomas in the perimeter, kicks it back out to Clay at the top of the key. Clay, he dumps it off to Thomas in the paint, but there is a over the head of Devin Davis there, and Davis did everything he could except really put the arms up in the air to block that shot.
Yeah, that was a nice two-man game. They made Collinsville switch, got the mismatch, fed the ball down to the big fella. That was a nice half-court basketball set for Quincy.
1 minute gone here in quarter number 2. Collinsville trying to answer. Here is Wilkinson. Wilkinson gives to Deontay Franklin, and Franklin over into the corner for Horace. Horace comes out of the corner and then throws it back into the corner for Wilkinson. He'll line up a three-pointer, and that one tips across the rim a little bit short. And a foul called as Matt Clark goes up and gets the rebound, and that's going to be the second one on O'Brien.
Man, Matt Clark again putting himself in great position, grabs an offensive rebound. Foul was on the floor, so Jake Wilkinson's going to have the ball out for the K-Hawks on his own baseline.
Wilkinson will inbound. He'll do so to Horace. And Horace throws the ball inside for Davis, and Davis had enough time to bend down, pick it up, and still shoot it.
Davis made good on that layup,
He
buddy.
sure did. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien throws the ball away. He threw it right over the head of Loncourt. Loncourt bent down, and then O'Brien threw it right over his head. Adam Remar going to come into the game.
Loncourt's fake was so good, he faked his own teammate out.
He did. Adam Remar, the 6'6" junior, checks into the game, and with him and Wilkinson out there, you kind of like the height in the paint.
Yeah, Remar had a great game yesterday against Mundelein, so we'll see if he can't continue that high energy down in the paint.
Over to Franklin. Franklin on the right wing, and they'll kick it out to the top of the key. Wilkinson bit the dust over here in the corner. I heard the body hit the floor and looked down, and Wilkinson's getting up. He's fine. He dribbles. He gives it up to Dayton Horace. Horace in the left corner. No look pass to Remar. Turns around. Gives it out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson for three. Yes!
That's a two-pointer. He had his right foot on the line. Yeah, he just didn't get it back. I saw that. I was hoping we'd get away with it. But at any rate, it's good to see Jake put one down.
Here is Wires. He drives and kicks it out to O'Brien. O'Brien bluffs and then comes through the paint, gives it up to Loncourt. Loncourt, spin move in the paint, takes the shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to Horace. Gets it up to Davis. Davis, he is fouled on the run by Clay. And that's going to be the sixth foul by Quincy with 5:40 to play here in the second.
Well, we're going to see some free throws then. Hopefully we can make good on it. Great half-court defense by Dayton Horace, again, forcing a bad shot out of Quincy. Dayton's really been working his tail off on defense. That's great to see.
After party over at Boogie's, you going to go?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, after party at Boogie's.
Good thinking.
Yeah, anyone want to go? Come on, say hi. You can tell us what a good job we're doing.
Yeah. We'll sign autographs at the door.
We will. And another three-point shot by Wilkinson misses, but there's Devin Davis with the putback. Collinsville up by 4, their biggest lead of this game.
Well, here we are again with 5 minutes left in the first half. I always say the last 4 or 5 minutes of a half, can really set the tide for how the second half is going to go.
Here is Thomas. He turns around and takes the shot. He's fouled. I don't know what the foul was, but Adam Remar, he can't believe it either. He doesn't know.
I think he got him with his body, certainly didn't get any hands. Yeah, I think it's a body foul. And the big fella, number 42, Keyshawn Thomas, did a good job of getting into Remar's body and earned himself that foul. Coach Darren Lee not happy about it, but hey, that's basketball, folks.
Thomas, 7 of 13 coming into this game from the free throw line, and he misses.
So far, it turned out to be a good foul.
Yeah. Cartmill checks back in. Wires to the bench for Quincy. It's Hawaiian shirt day for the student body cheering section for Collinsville. And they're looking pretty snazzy over there. 2 misses, and that makes it even better foul.
Yeah, we'll take that all day long.
Collinsville now up to 4 fouls, so they're still okay. As we have just a little under 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. 14-10, Collinsville with the lead after an 8-8 tie after 1 quarter of play. There is Remar, and he'll get the bucket, and he'll go to the line for an and one.
Man, nice little drop step, baby hook with the right hand for Mr. Remar, and he's going to have a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Looks like Quincy Blue Devils have switched to more of a 1-3-1 look on defense as opposed to that 3-2 because we were getting to the rack.
Remar 0 for 1 and now 0 for 2 in this tournament, but there's a putback by Davis, still won't go. Remar gets the rebound, he's fouled by O'Brien. O'Brien is going to get his third foul, and boy, oh boy, is Andy Douglas not happy with that call.
Ooh, boy, 2 Quincy coaches out on the floor.
That's Andy Douglas pacing the sidelines right now. He's not happy. He is telling the referee exactly how he feels.
I think they're upset because when Davis had the ball to shoot the layup, he pushed off pretty good to clear himself. And I think they wanted that one called, and then when they got the foul on their guy, they just came unglued.
There is a shot by Remar. He is on the board in the free throw category. And
oh, they call that on the floor?
that was a 1-and-1. We're up to 8 fouls. That's the 8th team foul by Quincy, and now O'Brien will go to the bench because that's his 3rd. And into the game, Wires once again. Here is Remar at the free throw line, trying to give his team an 8-point lead. And he doesn't.
He don't. That's what they say back in Harrisburg, Todd. He don't.
4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Here is Cartmill. Cartmill gets it over to Clay into the corner for Loncourt. Loncourt back to Clay at the top of the key. Tries to penetrate, cut off by a double team. Loncourt gets it, cuts into the lane, takes the shot. It's good. He can count the bucket, and Loncourt will go to the line to shoot a 1 free throw.
Yeah, Loncourt and Dayton Horace have been battling all night. Dayton's been doing a great job. He just got beat that time. You know, coach was upset. He looked at coach. He threw his hands. He was like, what do you want me to do?
First foul for Dayton Horace, and Loncourt at the free throw line does turn it into a 3-point play. Now a 4-point game. 17-13, 4:20 to go here in this second quarter. Here is Devin Davis. Davis brings it up across the timeline and switches directions, gives it up to Horace. Horace over on the right wing for Wilkinson. Now to Horace in the right corner on the far side of the court.
Yeah, Quincy now in a pressure man defense, which is not usual for them.
Horace tries to enter, can't. And into the corner it goes for Wilkinson. Wilkinson kicks it back out for Horace, and around the horn we go. And that was almost a foul by Clay as he ran into Horace. And now Wilkinson inside the perimeter.
Oh, Wilkinson missed Horace.
And into the Horace 3-point shot. No. And the rebound belongs to Cartmill. 3:35 left to play here in the second quarter, and here is Clay. Clay kicks it back out to Cartmill, and Cartmill in the slot. Over on the near side for Loncourt. Loncourt kicks it back over to Wires, and then over to Clay in front of the K-Hawk bench. Wires drives, kicks it out in the corner for Cartmill. Cartmill into the paint. He almost traveled. And a 3-point shot by Clay misses the mark. And there's Dayton Horace with the rebound.
Let's go, boys.
Up to Devin Davis. Davis gets it up to Nicky, and nice off the glass.
Feed,
good
baby.
by Remar.
No look, underhand dish by the Frenchman, Nicky Tony Horace. That is French, right, Todd?
Pretty sure it's Italian. Here's a underhand basket by Loncourt, and Loncourt, we had him on the list of the all-tournament team as well.
Full court pressure now by Quincy.
Back to a 4-point game. Here comes Devin Davis across the timeline, and Loncourt is watching him the whole way. Over to Horace. Nick Horace gets it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson comes out of the perimeter, top of the key, looks for a place to go, nowhere to go, inside to Remar, turnaround jump shot, couldn't hit the glass, so it got that wedge look in between the glass and the rim, never did make it up high enough.
Yeah, he left it short. He kind of mishandled it on his way up. He couldn't get enough oomph behind it. Oh, boy.
Thomas off the glass. He shot it too hard, and there is Remar had his hands on it first. Devin Davis ends up with it. Now we're going to have a foul called on Loncourt.
The Horace brothers almost collide in midair.
They had fun. They came down smiling after that. At least Dayton did. I don't think Nicky had a very big grin on his face.
Yeah, Collinsville, the beneficiary of a missed layup that time. We got beat to the rack, and that was just a blown layup. And all these possessions are big. We're 2:10 left in the second period here in a fairly low-scoring affair.
Matt Clark comes back in, takes the place of Adam Remar. Shot by Devin Davis is good. Collinsville is the first team to hit 20, and it's a 5-point lead for the K-Hawks with 2:10 left to play in the first half of this third-place game.
And really a 5-point lead in a game like this against Quincy is the equivalent of about 8 or 10-point lead in a regular game.
That's true.
A Southwest Conference game.
Davis, second shot goes in as well. 6-point lead. Shiny trophies over there waiting for both teams, but Collinsville wants the one with the silver basketball players on it instead of the one with the bronze basketball players on it.
You got that right. Third place finish would be a great accomplishment for this squad.
Yeah, it was 2 years in a row Collinsville made it to the championship game. Lost against Springfield Southeast and then won against Mundelein the last time this tournament was played. Nice job by Nick Horace.
Horace comes with a big, solid left hand. Gets knocked to the paint, but he puts it high off the glass. Good for 2 to extend Collinsville's lead to 8.
They finally found a good use for Delvin Cross. He's the sweat guy.
Finally found a good use.
Here's Cartmill.
Oh, boy.
Cartmill out to the top of the key to Clay. Now around the other side for Alancor. Yeah, if Collinsville, 1 point loss to a foul in the semifinal last night, or they would have been in the championship game for 3 years in a row, not counting the missed tournament from last year.
Yeah, Collinsville, a lot of exciting classes coming through the ranks here in Collinsville basketball. Our sophomores are good. Our freshmen are excellent. And, hey, my daughter dances down at the junior high. That 8th grade squad is solid. I don't know if you've seen them play or not. They're beating teams by 30 and 40 this year.
They do a pretty good job at that middle school for teaching some basketball to those youngsters.
Yes, they do.
A foul was called on Thomas. That is the 10th. So double shots from the free throw line from here on out for Collinsville, and a shot by Horace won't go, and the rebound handled by Loncourt just before Clark could get there. We're down to the final 50 seconds left to play. These two teams have not used any timeouts this first half, have they?
No, they haven't. And Quincy playing a little faster pace than they're used to, and I think that's how they found themselves behind in this game.
What a nice fake in midair. Dayton Horace faked the pass, faked everybody out, kept the ball, and off the glass for 2. Collinsville now up by 10.
Yeah, nice move by senior Dayton Horace. And, boy, this is a great ending to the first half. Let's see if we can get a stop and come down and score here, Todd.
You're not kidding. I'd like to have that happen. Halftime is just about upon us, and we have about 10 seconds left to go before Wires will make his move. 7 seconds. Wires into the paint, dumps it into the corner. Cartmill bluffs the 3, now takes it, goes all the way across and out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first half, 25-15 in favor of the Collinsville K-Hawks here in this third-place game. And we'll give you the first half stats after a brief timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville K-Hawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a K-Hawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his K-Hawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey along with you as we look at the first half stats of this game. 25-15 in favor of Collinsville. K-Hawks have a 10-point lead, and they are being led in points by Devin Davis. He has 9 points, 5 points apiece for Adam Remar and Deontay Franklin, 2 points apiece for Nick Horace and Jake Wilkinson. Oh, as well as Dayton Horace. I said that right. Nick Horace and Dayton Horace both have 2. Leading scorer for Quincy right now, 8 points belongs to Bradley Loncourt, 4 points for Keyshawn Thomas, 2 points for Sam Mulheron, and 1 point for Reed O'Brien. Quiet is Jeremiah Talton. He doesn't have any points, and he hasn't seen the floor here in a while as well. Other numbers look like this. Both teams have hit 1 3-pointer. Collinsville 1 for 6, Quincy 1 for 5. At the free throw line, Collinsville is 4 of 8, while Quincy is 2 of 5. Rebound battle being won by Collinsville, 17-14, and the Quincy Blue Devils have turned the ball over 7 times compared to 3 turnovers for Collinsville. It was 8-8 after 1 quarter of play. Collinsville then outscored Quincy 17-7 in that second quarter, and we have a score of 25-15 at the end of the first half. That's a look at your first half stats. We will take a break, and when we come back, second half action will begin, and we'll get to that in just moments here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Dr. Chris McCluskey with you. 25-15, Collinsville leads by 10 points on the 9-point run of Mr. Devin Davis. He's leading the Collinsville K-Hawks right now as we begin the second half of action here, and we just need to see more of the same from these K-Hawks.
Yeah, well, we talked about percentages. You know, Collinsville only shooting 43% from the field, 16% from three, and 50% from free throw. The only good news is Quincy's shooting 30% from the field. So Collinsville is the beneficiary of some really poor shooting by Quincy. I wouldn't expect that here in the second half.
Collinsville ends up with the ball first. And here is Nick Horace out to Deontay Franklin, top of the key, gives it up for Wilkinson over onto the left wing in front of his bench. Now back out front for Davis. We're underway here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Quincy back to the 3-2 zone look. So I think their strategy is to mix up their defenses quite a bit, try to confuse Collinsville and keep them from getting into a rhythm.
Horace comes around from the top of the key into the paint for Davis. He's trapped. He can't get out of it except for a pass back to where it came from. And Wilkinson kicks it back outside and into the corner for Clark. And underneath, a nice job there by Jake Wilkinson.
Yep, nice dish by 32 senior Matt Clark. Junior Jake Wilkinson kisses a left-hander off the glass, good for two.
And Talton back in the game. He hasn't been in there for a while. I was wondering if they were going to bring him back out. Don't know why he was on the bench for most of the second half of that second quarter.
Well, you never know with what's going on within the team. I mean, probably one of the same reasons you don't see Trey Swaggart tonight.
Could be. Oh boy, big three-pointer there by Wilkinson. 5 points. All right, off the bat here for Wilkinson and Collinsville, and they extend their lead to 15.
Man, you get Jake hot, Quincy's in trouble. That boy can shoot the rock.
He sure can. Here is A ball around the perimeter over to Loncourt. Loncourt, the old dribble. O'Brien out there with his 3 fouls. And they bring it around, and Mulheron gets to touch it. Now over to Talton. Now back to O'Brien. O'Brien thought about it for a minute. Gives it up to Talton. Now back out to the front for Cartmill. Over to Loncourt.
Collinsville playing a pressure man defense. They're happy to switch on screens. They're not afraid of mismatches.
There is a drive, and they'll kick it back outside Loncourt. That one was almost a loose
he
ball.
walked.
Loncourt traveled, yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, luckily that didn't go in. Collinsville will get the ball back after the missed call, and here comes Wilkinson over to Davis. Davis over to Horace. Nick Horace backs up toward the midcourt circle and then skips over to the left side. That would be the far side on your screen. Over to Franklin. Franklin to Wilkinson. First 5 points of this half belong to Jake. He tries to enter the perimeter, but Cartmill wouldn't have any part of that. And kicks it back out to Horace, now to the free throw line for Davis. He dribbles, he drives, and he is going to be going to the line for a bonus shot.
Yeah, that's the way that you break a zone is you get the ball into the center of the court, high post or free throw line, and then you turn and you dish to a slasher or you just take it to the rack. And David Davis took it to the rack, and he's got a chance to earn a 3-point play here.
And Davis at the free throw line. And it goes in.
Well, he's got that nice soft touch, doesn't he?
We need those, man. I'm telling you what. Davis in the first half ended up going 2 for 4 from the free throw line, so a little 3 for 5 action looks pretty good.
Well, now he's over that 50% mark we talked about, right?
He sure is. Here's Talton, the elusive 50% mark.
Who would have ever thought, back in the day we would be hoping that your free throw percentage will be over 50%. My goodness, my coaches would have just come unglued.
Oh, yeah. all the coaches want it to be around 70.
Absolutely.
If not more. Got it. That's the low bar, 70.
Low bar, yeah. 70 to 90% was really what was expected out of us.
5:09 left to play here in this third quarter, and Mulheron swoops one right out of there as Quincy, a little bit of trouble from the free throw line in the first half. They only went 2 of 5. Not up there that long, but that's Mulheron's fourth shot.
Uncharacteristic of Quincy. They usually shoot the ball very well.
3 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Quincy looking for their first score. Here is Franklin. Franklin at the free throw. Oh, Davis at the free throw line was already looking to go to the basket, and he forgot to take the ball with him.
Sniper got him, Todd.
Yep. There is a drive by Cartmill, and he won't make it, but he'll go to the line for 2. And looks like they may get
Nicky Horace. Cartmill, for a little guy, man, he shows a willingness to take it to the hole. That young man is not afraid.
Yeah.
Cartmill, good on his first free throw attempt. He will step to the line to try to add another tally for the Quincy Devils to try to dig them out of this hole they've gotten themselves into here early in the third period.
Here is another free throw by Cartmill, and he misses that one, so 1 point scored by Quincy. Here in the third quarter, here's Wilkinson. He drives and goes into the perimeter, pulls out, takes a 3, and it rolls across the rim. Franklin trying to get there, and he will knock it out of bounds in the process.
Yeah, Jake's excited. He's feeling himself, and I don't mind that. When a shooter's hot, let him keep shooting, especially with a lead like this.
Here is Cartmill. Cartmill, patient, hands the ball off to Loncourt. Loncourt at the top of the key for Talton, and then over onto the far side for O'Brien. Inside to Clay. Clay, 1 foot in the paint, 1 foot out, back out to Cartmill. Cartmill takes it back out to the top of the key. Gives to O'Brien. O'Brien back out to the slot for Loncourt. Over to Talbot on the left wing. Talbot dribbles, drives to the free throw line, gives it up to O'Brien. They'll kick it back outside for Cartmill. He bluffs the 3. Franklin didn't bite. And over to O'Brien. O'Brien kicks it back out to Cartmill. Halfway through quarter number 3, Collinsville up 33-16. Quincy will make a couple of player exchanges at the next opportunity as Wires and Thomas get ready to come back in. Here's Clay on a missed shot, and that one rolls in. And the first 2-point bucket of this third quarter finally falls in with 3:45 left to play here in the third.
Yeah, pretty good defensive set by Collinsville. They forced Quincy to take a lot of time off the clock, which is really good at this point in the game. It's just kind of a fluke play. Air ball comes down in Quincy's hands. Good for a layup.
Here is Devin Davis. Davis inside. Wilkinson turns around, takes the shot automatically, and now Wilkinson's 0 for his last 2 shots. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt settles in over on the near sideline, left side, and now back out front for Cartmill. Over to Talton, and that ball is tipped, and O'Brien saves it, but he saves it right to Nicky Horace. Horace headmans it on up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, one jump, and it rolls across the rim, but Franklin puts it back, still won't go in. And the third time's the charm there for number 3, Nicky Tony.
2 missed layups. Nicky Tony comes in, cleans up the trash. Good for 2, puts Collinsville up 35-18 with 2:47 to go.
Here's Cartmill, dribbles into the perimeter and just outside the lane, kicks it back out to Talton. Talton at the top of the key, drives and puts up a shot, and it's a loose ball on the ground. Matt Clark, and both he and Wilkinson were there.
Good hustle by Clark, willing to get down on the hardwood, force a jump ball. That'll go Quincy's way, but that'll flip the possession arrow as soon as Quincy takes possession on this inbound pass, assuming that they do.
35-18. I don't think any team has used a timeout in this game yet. That's really strange.
It is. Makes for a quick game.
Sure does. We've had some quick games. We've also had a couple of overtimers in this tournament as well. A couple of buzzer beaters, and I think we've had 2 games that instituted a mercy rule. Now we have a foul away from the play. That's going to be called on Collinsville. A little Bronx cheer coming from the Quincy crowd because they're just happy that the refs called something on Collinsville.
Yeah, Nick Horace had his hands on the back of 42, Keyshawn Thomas. They had a little mismatch, and they wanted to go down to the block for Thomas.
Thomas gets the ball on the inbound and gets to Wires. Wires checked into the game as well as Thomas. O'Brien stays in. Talton stays in, and Loncourt stays in. Here is Talton for 3, and he hits it. Second 3-point bucket of the night for Quincy, and it comes with 2:10 left to play here in this third quarter. 35-21. Collinsville up by 14.
Well, Davis got away with a travel and throws the ball away.
Sure does. At any point, he turned the ball over. Here's Wire. Over to Loncourt. Loncourt traveled and got away with it, and that ball rose across the rim. He took about 3 steps in the paint.
Man, that's unbelievable. They just do not call that anymore. But at any rate, good move by Loncourt. Earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Try for 2 attempts.
Loncourt, first attempt in.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
35-22.
Here comes 24 Dayton Horace in for little brother number 3 Nick. Give him a breather.
Loncourt, his second shot on the way.
That's a lane violation.
Yeah, it is.
Yep, they caught it. Good. No bucket. He's claiming he got pushed. Nice try.
Who was behind you to push you? Yeah, right, standing to your side.
Not a bad effort, kid.
I know.
Not a bad effort.
Yeah, give it an E for effort. Is that what it is? Definitely not an A for effort. Here is Devin Davis. Davis comes away from the K-Hawk logo at midcourt, gives it up to Wilkinson. He'll try it again, and that one rolls across the rim, and Wilkinson's gone cold here over his last 3 shots.
There's Mr. Clark with an offensive rebound again. Man, I'll tell you what, that kid is a workhorse.
Franklin out near the K-Hawk logo with 1:15 left to play here in this third quarter. Now over to Dayton Horace, back over to Devin Davis. Davis over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson on the right wing, dribbles to the top of the key where he'll underhand the ball to Horace. Back onto the left wing now for Davis, into the corner for Clark. Clark sends it back out to Davis. Around the horn it goes, and Horace ends up with it. Now to Wilkinson on the right side, near sideline. He tries to move baseline, but no room there. He's blocked off by Loncourt. And now Davis moves the ball over to Horace.
Yeah, at this point, Collinsville's beating Quincy at their own game. You know, get a lead, be happy to take your time, have a minute or 2 each possession, and you win this ball game.
Taking a page out of the Lincoln playbook.
Sure
Here is Devin Davis. Davis, patient himself, backs up with 30 seconds left. Davis has Talton right in front of him. And Davis will just skirt the midcourt stripe. and let more time tick away. We're down to 15 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. You'd think Quincy would pressure the issue or press the issue being down by 13, but they're not.
They're going to have to in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, there are. Here is Devin Davis. Davis stops at the top of the key. Not a lot of time left, and they'll throw one up. And a rebound, Talton, and he almost hit the bottom of the backboard, or the bottom of the scoreboard, and he came maybe about 5 inches from hitting the front of that rim.
That's
down
a
the
pretty
other way.
good shot from three-quarter court.
Yeah, 35-22 our score after 3 quarters of play. We'll take a break and come back and tell you all about the fourth quarter here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 35-22. Collinsville with the lead.
Yeah, big thanks to Coach Doug Kirk tuning in. He led these boys to a state championship. And somebody from Quincy chimed in that some of these Quincy guys won a junior high state championship a couple of years ago as well, so congrats to them. And thank you for the information, whoever you are.
And a whistle, 14 seconds, as Wires commits his first foul. And the fouls have been kept to a minimum here, too. That's only the second one for Quincy. Collinsville has 4 on the board. Collinsville did end up going to the free throw line a lot more often in the first quarter, but Quincy has calmed that part of their game down. Here's Wilkinson over on the far side. Wilkinson dribbles and gives it up to Dayton Horace. Horace back over to Davis. Davis on the right wing, back to the top of the key for Horace.
Collinsville showing good patience here. I like the game plan.
And O'Brien providing the defense. Apparently he's a transfer that used to live in the Triad School District, but grew up in Quincy.
There's your timeout, Todd.
There's your timeout. 30-second timeout on the floor called. We'll be back in just 30 seconds on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We've been here for 3 days, and the experience has been fun. It's getting ready to come to a close. Championship game coming up next between Decatur MacArthur, the Generals, and the O'Fallon Panthers.
I was down in the Aux gym, and Decatur just ran a full high-energy practice.
Really?
Yeah, before the championship game. That's an interesting way to approach a championship game.
Yeah, Horace falls down. And we're going to have did Lee call a timeout in time? And it appears that he did. So a timeout on the floor once again. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk
Plumbing or
Sports
electrical
Network.
problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher, 6:53 left to go in this fourth quarter. Third place game between Collinsville and Quincy. And the championship game coming up next between O'Fallon and Decatur MacArthur. The Generals, they have not won a championship here at this tournament since the very first one in 1984 when they beat Collinsville by a score of 57-51. And O'Fallon, they have never won a tournament here, so they're looking for their first.
That should be a great game to watch.
Should be. Here is Trey Swaggart into the game for the first time. He almost leapt into the air and put one in midair, but he just couldn't quite finish.
Good drive, but missed layup. This is his first appearance in the game, so he'll have to get the motor warmed up a little bit here.
35-22, Collinsville leads. We're just about a minute 20 into this fourth quarter. And here is Nick Horace, hands the ball off to Jake Wilkinson. Wilkinson comes in and gets tripped. And a foul is going to be called on a block against Thomas.
That could have gone either way. That could have been a travel,
yeah.
But Jake kind of got bailed out there. But as a K-Hawk fan, we'll take it.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
35-22, that's our score.
Now, Quincy is showing a little bit more pressure now, and again, they have to. I mean, they absolutely have to pressure the ball, or else we'll just pass it around and win the game.
Swaggart up high off the glass, good for two. That's what Travion does the best. Forget about the three-point shot. That's what he needs to do.
That's exactly right. He gets to the rim very well.
There's a foul against Matt Clark. He kind of tripped up Wancourt there, and Matt's not very happy with himself.
I think he was looking for some help side. I'm not sure what he was talking about, but at any rate, it gets heated out there, and the guys get excited. At the end of the day, that's a foul for Clark, and Quincy will have the ball out on their baseline.
Inbound pass comes into Loncourt. Loncourt, no shot, and they're going to call another foul, and this one is going to go against Nick Horace. So Collinsville up to 6 fouls. Now if they foul one more time, Quincy's going to be at the free throw line for the rest of this quarter.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do in a game like this is stop the clock, and allow Quincy chances to put points on the board without the clock ticking.
Here's Wires after the inbound pass. He moves past Swaggart for a moment, and now Talton with a shot, and that one won't fall in. Thomas there with the rebound for Quincy, looking to put it back, and he doesn't have any room to move, so he kicks it back out to Loncourt, the three-point shot. That misses, and Wilkinson there with the rebound for Collinsville. 37-22. We've been stuck at that score for a while here. 5:45 to play here in this fourth quarter. Dayton Horace gives it to Trey Swaggart, waits for a moment, and swatting that out of there was Talton, and Talton's going to get called for a foul. I don't like that call at all.
Ooh, baby. Trey, it looked like he was going to go to the rack, and he just kind of stopped, and he found himself in a double team. And the big fella must have got him on the arm.
I guess. Knocked the ball right out of his hand, so it appears to me he got ball.
I would agree. It looked clean from up here, but what do we know, huh?
Yeah, I have glasses, so my eyes aren't that great. All the way down at the other end. Always a little bit different when you're watching from afar. The optical illusions will, not coincide with what the referees see down there up close, but sometimes you have to wonder.
Newsflash, I don't think anybody's going to refer to you or I as spring chickens anymore,
Nope. Not at all. I'm not even a fall chicken, man. I'm in the winter of my life. 5:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 38-22. Wires with a three-point shot. That won't fall. Swaggart with the rebound. Gets it up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson drives off the glass. Good for 2 more.
There's Jake running the floor again. Credit Travion Swaggart for the good outlet pass. Here comes Quincy.
Collinsville up to 40 points. They'll kick it out front. Talton left wide open for a 3, and he'll miss it. And the rebound into Devin Davis, and he was hugged from behind by Thomas. Actually had his arm wrapped around him.
Quincy wants to travel, but it was an absolute foul.
That's going to be called at the other end. They're going to
charge. Yeah, Talbot had himself set up.
And Trey Swaggart appears to be hurt.
Trey bumped into him, knocked him down. It's a good play by Talbot.
That's his first personal foul, 17 foul.
Now, a charging foul is one that does not earn you free throws, even if you're in the bonus.
That's true.
So Quincy will get possession.
There is a dribble drive by Wires. He'll give it to Loncourt. Loncourt travels around from the top of the key and settles in over toward the left wing, and we're going to have a foul called away from the play. And this one is going to go against,
I think, Devin Davis.
Yeah, Devin
I
Davis.
think he was trying to fight his way through a screen.
Got tangled up with Talton.
Got his hands in the mix a little too much, and is guilty of a foul. And again, you know, even though it appears that Collinsville's in pretty good shape here, if you stop the clock too many times and put Quincy on the line, this game could change in a hurry.
It's an 18-point lead for Collinsville, but there's still just 6 seconds under 5 minutes to play. And the first one made by Talton. That gets Quincy back to within 17.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 2 or 3 fouls, all of a sudden it's a 10-point game with, you know, 3 or 4 minutes left.
Talton makes both of them. And Collinsville will begin their trek back up the court. Inbound pass comes into Wilkinson. He'll feed it to Trey Swaggart on the run. Swaggart dumps it off for Matt Clark underneath. Clark can't finish, and the rebound belongs to Talton. Here comes Wires. Wires brings it up court into the paint, kicks it out for a three-pointer. I thought for sure Loncourt was going to try that, but it's Talton three-pointer, and that just grazed the bottom of the net, fell right down into the hands of Trey Swaggart. Swaggart gets it up to Horace, and across the line we already are. Here is Devin Davis. Davis enters from the left wing, and back out he goes.
Yeah, look for Collinsville to be patient.
There's Davis, 4:20 to play here in the fourth, and another
charge
foul against Swaggart.
Yeah, Talbot doing a great job. He knows that Trey Swaggart's aggressive. I mean, that's a smart play by Talbot. You know, when Trey tried now last possession, he did a good job of dishing it off to Clark, but he went back to his aggressive nature and is guilty of a charge.
Man, if Clark's layup would have went in, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
That is correct.
Here is Loncourt, gets it up to Talton, who gives to O'Brien. O'Brien's been on the bench for a while in foul trouble early. And here is Loncourt, dribble drive and a fingertip roll, nicely done.
Nice crossover dribble. Clark guilty of taking the bait on that. All of a sudden, it's a 14-point ball game.
Halfway through quarter number 4, here comes Dayton Horace. Horace into the paint, out of the paint. Gives it up to Swaggart. Swaggart, crossover dribble, tries to move forward past Wires. Instead, he gives it over to Davis. Davis on the left wing. Devin Davis dribbles into the corner for Clark. Clark, one bounce of the ball, and he'll throw it into the paint. Davis with a shot, and that one rattles home.
Ooh, baby.
That was a nice play.
Off bounce, he muscled the ball up over the front of the hoop. No glass. Good for 2 for Davis.
O'Brien will line up for 3, and he'll hit the front of the rim and get his own rebound. Throw it over to Wires, out to Loncourt. Loncourt is fouled by Dayton Horace.
Yeah, a little hand check.
That's going to be the 10th foul, so Loncourt will be heading to the line for 2. It'll be 2 shots from the free throw line from here on out for Quincy.
Well, that's another thing back in the day. If a guy shoots a three-pointer and misses, he better not get his own rebound. I mean, that's the easiest guy on the floor to block out. Wilkinson failed to do so and gives Quincy a little bit more life here as this game comes to a close.
Clay will check into the game. Talton to the bench. Mulheron back in. Thomas to the bench. Collinsville keeps their same players out there, and Loncourt back at the free throw line, ready for another free throw, and he makes it. And it's 42-28.
Yeah, imagine Clay's a shooter. Quincy's going to have to be shooting some 3 balls here if they want to get back in this game.
Swaggart gets the bounce pass from Horace, who gives it up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson from about 12 feet out drains it.
There he goes. That's a confident shooter, baseline jumper.
Been a while since Wilkinson hit a shot, too.
Yeah, I like the confidence. You know, you miss a couple shots, the best way to get over that is keep shooting.
3-point shot coming from the wing from Wires, and after the rebound, a whistle on the play. It looks like they might get Clay for a call. No, they're going to. Yeah, it is on Clay.
Yeah, he's upset, but man, he he tried to pick the pocket, guilty of a slap. That's a textbook foul. Here comes Collinsville facing full court pressure by the Blue Devils.
And a push out of bounds of Swaggart by O'Brien, and O'Brien will pick up his 4th foul.
Ooh, I'm glad we got that foul because Trey just ran right out of bounds. I thought they were going to call it out of bounds on Trey.
That's his 4th personal foul.
So 6 fouls now for Quincy. Next one will put Collinsville on the line for the rest of the quarter. Swaggart, he'll inbound. He'll do so to Clark, who gives it up to Wilkinson. Wilkinson drives around Wires. In front of the K-Hawk bench, he's double teamed, gets it over to Matt Clark, but Clark couldn't hold on to it. Touches the purple sideline, and it'll belong to Quincy.
Yep, turnover by Collinsville. Gives Quincy the ball back with 2:40 left in the fourth quarter.
K-Hawks winning this one, 44-28, and Loncourt trying to make it 30, and he does. Back to the 14-point lead for Collinsville. We are down to 2:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Swaggart outruns Wires and takes it all the way, but can't finish. He's fouled, so he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, when Trey gets that head of steam going, he is going to the rack, and we'll see what he can do from the free throw line with 2:22 left.
Mulheron guilty of that foul. That's his 7th foul for Quincy, but Swaggart is up there shooting 2. And Travion hits the first one. Swaggart
Nice,
here in
easy
this
stroke.
tournament. 2 for 7 from the free throw line. Not good. Now he's 3 for 8.
No,
Still
you'd
not
like
good.
to see it. You just call it like it is, huh?
I hear you. Here is Wires after the miss by Swaggart on the rebound. Nice behind-the-back dribble to get rid of Swaggart, and over to Loncourt it goes. Loncourt trying to get around Dayton Horace, but he doesn't give an inch. Into the corner, and a three-point shot by O'Brien won't fall. There is Clay with the rebound. He's fouled by Matt Clark on the way up.
Yeah, if you're Collinsville, you just don't want to foul right now. You want to go straight up underneath. You don't want to be reaching. We need this clock to keep ticking.
Clark picks up his 3rd, and we have been over the double bonus for the moment, and back to the free throw line. It is Clay. He'll hit the first one. 2:08. That's what we have left on the clock here in this fourth
Clay
quarter.
listed at 6'6". Boy, he does not appear to be 6'6".
Are they counting his hair?
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. I can't see that.
He's got that hair that stands up like Bart Simpson, and he may be adding about 5 inches onto that.
Bart Simpson. Be careful, Todd. Last time we mentioned cartoon characters,
I got in trouble.
We got letters.
I know. We did. And I haven't mentioned a cartoon character since. Here's Devin Davis. Davis with under 2 to play. Into the corner. Oh, Swagger with a nice pass. As Horace was left all alone outside the lane. There was no one to stop him.
Nice dish by Trey Swagger. Usually when you get trapped, somebody's going to be open. Trey kept his eyes open, and Dayton Horace the beneficiary.
There's a ball. Almost got stuck on the fat part of the iron off the put up by number 31, Mulheron. And there is Swagger with a fingertip roll.
Nice behind-the-back move at half court. Little Euro step. Good for 2 for Travion Swagger. Don't foul, boys. Don't foul.
Collinsville is, that's going the other way. Knocked out of bounds by Wires. Nice job. Dayton Horace showing the good sportsmanship, helping the young man up.
Glad you brought that up. I was going to say the exact same thing.
1:20 left to play here, and Quincy's going to empty their bench, and that pretty much will tell you that Quincy will concede, and Collinsville will counter with their bench as well, and the K-Hawks will come away with the 3rd-place trophy here tonight.
Way to bounce back after a tough loss last night. You know, you're a little frustrated, disappointed. You want to play in the championship, but you might as well come out and play well. And after a little slow start, Collinsville really picked it up. They played great defense, and they're going to be the beneficiaries of a 3rd-place trophy.
Oh, yeah, this is the Quincy roster that's a little bit off kilter. He's 6'2", not 6'6".
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it, but it starts off like the first 5 are even, and then they start going down like a little diagonal mix-up there. I'm not sure how that happened. All right, here is Jamario Weisinger. Weisinger almost lost the ball. Boy, that toe was close to touching purple.
Timeout.
Timeout called by Coach Lee. He wants to talk to his younger team that's out there, even though there's a minute left in this game, and his team is comfortably in the lead. It's a teaching moment for Darren Lee. 60-second timeout, so we'll step aside for that long as well, and we're back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and khawksports.com.
I don't like people sometimes. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 49-32. Collinsville will win the third place trophy. Matter of fact, the third and the fourth place trophy are already in the hands of our athletic director, Clay
Smith. And
I'm not sure who the other one is.
What's Brian's last name? Curry. Brian
okay.
Curry.
You know, and it's still that's the one thing I really hate about mass. I have a hard time recognizing faces. And a Quincy rebound. They'll bring it back up with 45 seconds left. And with a head of steam, Cameron Wires, the brother of the other Wires out there, Ralph Wires. And a rebound. It's finally picked up by Shelton for Collinsville. He'll throw it up for grabs, and it's grabbed by the Blue Devils. And they bring it back up court. Here is a three-point shot with a lot of arc to it off of the hands of Tyler Sprick. And Collinsville picks up the rebound with 20 seconds left to play here in this third-place game.
Thank you to whoever mentioned that 24 is Jeremiah Talton. I apologize. I mentioned Talbot. We have a Talbot on our team as a freshman, so I apologize. Thank you for the correction.
49-32, 11 seconds left. Quincy will bring it up, try to put some more points on the board before they get out of here and catch the bus back home. And in the paint, 2 points for Sprick. And that will probably do it. 49-34, Collinsville will win the third place trophy. And that leaves nothing but the championship game left to decide between Decatur, MacArthur, and O'Fallon. We'll keep it here for just a moment for you K-Hawk fans so we can see the trophy presentation. Dr. Chris, once again, thank you very much. You do an awesome job.
Todd, thanks for having us. I know not only myself, but the entire community appreciates everything you do. It's incredible that you bring so many events to the community, and it shows by how many people tune in, but I get people telling me all the time how much they appreciate everything you do. So kudos to you, job well done. And you are appreciated, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I get told that, and I get pats on the back. It's a plenty, and I do appreciate all the kind words and all the pats on the backs. Never grows old, I'll tell you that much. I like that kind of stuff, but I try to keep it as humble as I can. And I have fun doing it, man. If you enjoy what you're doing and you love what you're doing, it's really not a job, is it?
It is. It's fun. It's fun. I'm blessed to enjoy my career, and I'm blessed to be able to enjoy coming and calling games with you. We have a ton of fun. We've got a great school district, a great group of kids, great coaches, and it makes our job a lot easier.
Sure does. 49-34 as the presentation of the trophy taking place with Chad Burgess on the PA. And the fourth place trophy being handed over to Quincy right now. They'll come out and grab it and get a couple of pictures with Mr. Alex Paz and a couple of the other media folks around here.
Yeah, I'll tell you somebody who else that deserves a lot of appreciation is Alex Paz. He comes to so many events, not only school but in the community, and he's gracious enough to capture all these memories, and I know that the entire community appreciates that.
Now we'll turn things over here to Chad Burgess and let him announce the third place trophy presentation. After we get a couple of pictures of Quincy over here, we'll do the same thing with Collinsville on the other side. And the K-Hawks will come out to mid-court to get their pictures taken with the trophy. So congratulations to the coaching staff, Darren Lee, and the rest of the guys. Coach Andrews, Eric Anderson, Coach Giles down there as well.
Got a new member of the staff.
Yeah, we do.
He used to be a referee back in the day. moved away and came back. I can't remember the gentleman's name, but I've seen him call many a game over the years. Nice to have somebody else on the staff here in Collinsville.
And we got Gurley out there taking some pictures too. All right, presentation is over with, and that is going to do it for us. We need to take a break here and get ready for the championship game. So again, thanks to Dr. Chris. My name is Todd Duke. Championship game between Decatur, MacArthur, and O'Fallon will come your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.